First, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
And hello, this is Fox 12 Now, and I've just been kind of taking a look at some of the different camera shots that we have here from all over the place, but that is a pretty beautiful one. That is the Oregon coast right now. Our Chinook Winds camera up there at Lincoln City. I think that's Rhodes End to the north, and it looks amazing. If you're heading out there, good for you. Hello, I am Greg Nibley. This is Fox 12 Now. We live stream here starting every weekday at 1 p.m. Pacific, and then throughout the afternoon with many different kinds of segments, different coverage. Sometimes it's breaking news, sometimes it's about events. So a lot of things that we do right here. So I appreciate you being here. We're on Facebook and YouTube, and of course on our website and apps. But what we're going to be doing here today is talking about something I went out and did yesterday, and that is going out to the Oregon International Auto Show, which is taking place. We have some footage here of that you can kind of take a look at as we were able to walk around and check out so many of the amazing things that are out there at that. So just giving you a little example right there of this. So we were out there for Media Day, which is, I'll admit, pretty lucky because there weren't very many people in there yet. And just got to walk around and take a look at what's happening there. There's every manufacturer you can pretty much think of is there. Some pretty exotic cars. There's a Ferrari exhibit. There's some of those other hot rods back there. So pretty cool stuff. And if you get a chance to get out there, I really love those Broncos as well. If you get a chance to get out there, then they're going to be there all weekend. So you can actually, the public can go in and take a look at this. But what we also got to do was take a closer look at something that a lot of people have been anticipating for a long time, and that is the VW-ID Buzz. So I'm going to pull that up here in just a second as we're still doing our little walkthrough of some of this. And the VW-ID Buzz is the return of the classic Volkswagen van. It's the one that you're probably all familiar with, but this is the new version, the electric version, the redesigned version. It's been out in Europe, and it's going to be coming to the US soon. So we were able to go talk to VW. They had one of them there. The first time I believe it's actually been in Oregon, at least at this auto show, so that we could get an actual firsthand look and a little bit of hands-on time with it. So I spoke to Abby Bollenbacher, who is the product specialist for VW. So we're going to go ahead and play this. I want to let you know, at the beginning of this interview, we're laughing, and that is because there's actually an indoor track in there where you could take a ride in an electric vehicle, and a lot of tire squealing going on. So if you hear that in the background, that's part of that. And we're going to play a little more of that side of things too after this interview, because we actually did get to go for a ride in a Ford F-150 Lightning Lariat. But first, let's do this. Let's talk about the VW-ID Buzz. Hello, we are here at the auto show. I am here with Abby. We are here with Volkswagen. We've got the ID Buzz behind me, and I just wanted to say, you may hear a bunch of sounds going on in the background. There are squealing tires, literally cars just over to the right of us, like tearing around an indoor track. And Abby, before we start talking about this, I just wanted to ask you, because this is such an interesting experience coming down here, what is it like doing what you do?
It's so cool.
Is it?
People are envious of my job, and they should be. We get to travel all around the country. I jokingly say it's like the circus.
Yeah.
We're with a team of people, so you really get to know each other, and you're a road family, and you get to see all sorts of cool cities. And I actually request to come to Portland every year.
Really?
Yeah, I enjoy your city. I like the donuts. And
That's good. We appreciate that. Let's talk about what we have right here.
Yeah.
What we're here to talk about, yes. So the ID Buzz.
Yes.
Tell us about this.
Well, speaking of Europe, this is a European model.
Okay.
And the Buzz has been out in Europe for about 2 years. We are finally getting it this fall.
Which this has been anticipated for a long time. A long time we've been talking about this. I remember doing features on this several years ago.
Yes.
So finally coming to the US.
Yes.
But this is not the US version. We have the European version here. So tell us about, I guess, the similarities and what are some of the differences that we can expect.
Well, the biggest thing in terms of similarities, all electric.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest difference also from its predecessor. Obviously, it's a beautiful nod to the nostalgia of the old Microbus.
Right.
But all electric.
And so with that, on the all-electric side, like I guess how big is the battery? How long can you go? How far can you go? All of that stuff.
Well, bigger's better, and here in the U.S., we're going bigger. Our battery will be 91 kilowatt hours.
Okay.
Not yet rated, so I can't spout off a range for you, but if you know tech, you can figure that out.
So 91 kilowatt hour battery is what we're going to get. Now, all-wheel drive.
You'll have two drivetrain options, so either rear, or if you go for dual motor, you're getting all-wheel, and you're getting 330 on the horsepower.
Wow.
With that.
So that's pretty impressive. Now, as far as the size, I'm seeing right here, we've got, the front seats, we've got one row of seats here, but I understand the US version is going to have more.
Bigger. Yes, the US is getting a third row, and that is something that people have been asking from Volkswagen. We do have the ID4, which is an all-electric 5-passenger, but people have said, I want an all-electric third row. Here you are. There will be 2 removable seats in that third row. Removable is clutch because people see this and they want a camper van, right?
Yes.
They want to be able to take it out, put a bed.
Next question. I was gonna go there, yeah.
Exactly. Now, in terms of the middle row, you have an option of a bench seat, which is what we're seeing, or you can get captain's chairs. Overall capacity is then 6 or 7. I tell people all the time, if you really want to check out what the back end is going to look like, go see our Atlas. That is a gasoline SUV, but the second and third rows are similar to the way they're configured and move.
Okay. Well, talking about that, the customizable side of it, that's what is the classic for the VW bus. So when it comes to that, obviously we can change out the seats. How easy is this going to be to customize the inside and do all those things that people used to do with the VW?
Well, initially we're getting 3 different interior options, and that's pretty common when a new car drops. You don't have as many of those customizable parts initially. But I've seen those 3. They're really beautiful interiors. And like I said, you can choose the bench or the captain's. And then aside from that, for the camping enthusiasts, all of the seats in the back fold flat. They lock in place, so it is a nice flush surface. Throw your air mattress back there. Or as I already said, you can remove the back 2 completely.
So completely empty space back here. So
in the third row.
In the third row.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Now, we're clear. That's why I'm asking the clarifying questions.
And of course people say, well, can I also take out the second row? I mean, it's not designed to be taken out, but
do what you want.
Sky's the limit.
It's your car.
It's your car, yeah.
All right, well, let's, one of the things that I really like to see is how tech advances when it comes to vehicles, and obviously this is brand new. Can we take a look at what we've got going on in here?
Let's get inside.
All right.
Sid, what's your favorite color?
I would go with blue.
Blue, like Volkswagen blue?
Volkswagen blue.
That's
exactly.
I love that. Go ahead and click on background for me.
All right.
And before we do anything else, we have to set the tone and then down to individual because you are unique.
Indeed.
And if you want to go ahead and adjust those 2 sliders, much like the outside, it's a 2-tone situation in here.
Oh, wow.
And it is adjusting both under our 12.9-inch monitor, and you can see here it's adjusting in the door wells.
Wow.
Now since your door is open, it maintained that orangey peachy color, but my door is closed, so you get to see the adjustment.
This does add in, a whole lot of extra customization.
Ambiance. There we go. We were talking about customization earlier. So here it is, 30 colors.
30 colors, and we even have the British color. So, all right, so cool. So you can change that up, personalize that, do some style on there. So, what else am I looking at here? Anything?
Well, I know you want to talk more like tech. So
yes.
I'm gonna just show everybody. Of course, it has App Connect. You are in that. That's kind of old news, but still worth mentioning that you'll see your select apps up here, and then in terms of the vehicles apps, if you go under vehicle and give it just a minute to get loaded. At your fingertips, you are checking your tire pressure, note this again, European. You can check out your service, what do we need? Down here under data, a lot of people have range anxiety. And I think that this is a really key feature to helping with that, to realize that your vehicle is telling you absolutely everything. It's going to tell you when it needs to be charged. It's going to tell you where to go charge it. And
range anxiety is absolutely something. So are there any partnerships that are going to be involved? Yeah, when it comes to that?
2 different things. Volkswagen is part of Electrify America, and that has multiple charging stations. And then as of 2025, we're also going to be open to 15 1,000 Tesla chargers.
Nice. Okay, so you are partnering with Tesla on that. That's great. So that's going to make this much more feasible too for some of those like cross-country type of trips.
Absolutely.
Out in the middle of nowhere, you don't have to worry as much to go find a charge.
And here on the coast, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
Right. Yeah, specifically, thinking about going more cross country on that side of things, but that would be great too. Well, just seeing a lot of the way that everything is right now, having that ability for CarPlay, for whatever else, to partner with all those other places, and I think that's an interesting use case of technology as far as people bringing that back and being like even with Tesla, sharing with Tesla and figuring out that it's better for everybody, for the consumers out there.
It really is. And speaking of what's good for the consumer, I clicked on our driver assistance here, and you can see it's called IQ Drive, and this is going to be the suite of technologies that just sort of gives you a hand while you're out there driving. It's semi-autonomous, so if you're using your adaptive cruise control and your lane keeping, it's a hands-on experience where the car is in control for you. And again, these are not brand new features. Every car company has them. Volkswagen is the only company right now that is offering them to you standard on our most affordable models of the existing cars that are for sale.
Okay, so that won't be like an extra tier or a paid service, so this comes standard. Are there plans for full autonomy when it comes to this?
That one I don't know.
Okay.
That's above my pay grade.
All right, I'll leave it there. Had to ask that question.
You had to.
So, all right, my audio wasn't up. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. This is, again, that was taking a look at the VW ID Buzz. To recap what I just said there when my microphone was down, we are live, and whoops. What I was just saying is the 91 kilowatt hour battery that she did reference, we don't know exactly what that range is, so you can kind of speculate on that on your own. You can look up and maybe guess what it's going to be, but with that particular frame, it's a little bit hard to tell. And when it comes to the pricing, from what we've seen, it's, again, speculation, somewhere in the $40,000 to $50,000 range, but that is not coming from them. So that's just speculation from Car and Driver and some other places online. So 2025 is also when this one should be coming out. Okay, let's move on from that. You heard all that squealing in the background. You definitely heard that part. And what we did actually with, I must give a shout out to our photographer and editors who joined me out there. We have Jack and Emmett, which sometimes you may see them behind me because we are in the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom. We all went over to check out that squealing tire sound, and that was an electric vehicle ride section within the auto show. It was indoors, mere inches away from other exhibits, but nonetheless, you could go over there and actually get a ride in one of the Ford F150 Lightning Lariats. That is the all-electric Ford F150. Pretty amazing vehicle from pretty very, very highly anticipated vehicle, I will say. And we got to get in there, go for a ride in this. We've got our GoPros with us. You'll see what we're talking about. It's best just watched. Looking at the F150.
Ready to roll?
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, we're good.
I don't know how to buckle. Yes. Yeah, we're good. Okay, good. You might want to hang on to the camera there. That's a little rough. Second go around out loud.
It is.
I'll launch it.
Wow.
Moves, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If we could only have some traction, that would help.
All right, so again, that was inside the convention center. Check around like that. I don't know how that all happens, that they're allowed to do that, but I will say that was also a lot of fun. So thanks to the Oregon International Auto Show for having us out there, and we got to take a look at a few different things there. So this is Fox 12 Now, and I thank all of you for joining us here, as we are here every weekday and joining the show. We cover a wide range of segments on this show, so it's all over the place. Sometimes it's taking a look at the VW ID buzz like we were just doing and then taking a ride in that car. Sometimes it's covering things like the Oregon State Parks hiring season. Those are two different things that we covered today. Or it could be breaking news, or it could be deeper, in-depth coverage of stories that you've seen on our other newscasts, and where we get a reporter in here and really dig down into it. If there's something you want to have covered, send me an email. Fox12now, Fox12now at kptv.com, and we'll see if we can get a segment on it. We can do a little bit longer than a lot of the other news segments that we're able to do because we are live streaming. But coming up here at 2 p.m. is something I know you're all waiting for. That is the Fox 12 Weather Podcast Video Edition. We're going to be live streaming that again at 2 p.m. So whatever platform you're on, that's where we'll be. I do recommend going to the website or downloading the app, the Fox 12 Oregon app. It's the best way to make sure you can see all the different segments that we cover. But regardless, you'll be able to watch on whatever platform you are watching me on right now. So that's just a few minutes away, so stick around. We'll be back with that. I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now.